In every generation, a few are marked, not by birthright, but by the burden of light. You've always felt it, haven't you? That quiet pulse inside you that doesn't match the rhythm of the world. You watch others chase routine and noise, while something deeper keeps tugging at your soul, an invisible gravity calling you somewhere unseen. You've tried to silence it, to fit in, to pretend you are like everyone else. But the more you try, the louder that calling becomes. The truth is, not everyone wakes up. Some live entire lives without ever meeting their true self. But you were never allowed to sleep peacefully in illusion. Because the universe had other plans. Because you are one of the chosen ones. Sign 1. You faced unusual amounts of pain. The chosen are not chosen because they are perfect. They are chosen because they are forged. Pain became your first teacher. It stripped away comfort, ego, and all the masks you once wore to survive. When others walked through sunshine, you walked through storms, alone, soaked in confusion, wondering why your road was darker than most. But those storms were sacred. Each heartbreak chipped away the false layers. Each betrayal carved space for wisdom to enter. Every night you thought you couldn't survive, your soul was being reshaped into something unbreakable. Chosen ones don't just recover, they resurrect. You stopped asking, "Why me?" and began whispering, "Try me." You learned to sit in the fire until the fire no longer hurt. Now you carry quiet strength, the kind that cannot be faked. Pain didn't destroy you, it identified you. Sign 2. You never fit in. Since childhood, you've felt the static, the small talk, the shallow games, the endless pretending. None of it ever made sense. You laughed when others laughed, but deep down you wondered, what are we even doing? It's not arrogance, it's awareness. Your frequency was always tuned slightly higher than the world around you. You might have been labeled too serious, too quiet, too sensitive. But what they called weakness was sensitivity to truth. Chosen ones often walk alone not because they want to, but because the crowd runs from authenticity. You see through facades, through manipulation, through the noise. And because of that, you outgrow people faster than you lose sleep. You were designed to stand out in a world addicted to blending in. That loneliness you feel isn't punishment, it's preparation. Because one day, others will look to you for light, and by then, you'll be ready. Sign 3. You are drawn to meaning, not material. While the world measures success in numbers, you measure it in purpose. You crave something that money, fame, or titles can't satisfy. You've tried chasing what society told you would make you happy. The job, the status, the validation, but every victory felt strangely hollow. That's because your soul speaks a different language. It doesn't care about applause. It craves alignment. You find beauty in silence, power in kindness, and wealth in wisdom. The chosen one path isn't about escaping the world. It's about seeing through it. You understand that everything external fades, and what remains is who you become. The world will call you strange for not chasing what everyone else worships. Let them, because what they call detachment is actually freedom. You are not running from the world. You are rising above its illusions. Sign 4. You attract chaos before peace. The closer you move toward awakening, the louder the chaos becomes. Have you noticed it? Right when you start finding clarity, something tries to pull you back. Old habits, toxic people, sudden problems out of nowhere. That's not coincidence. It's resistance. Every time a soul begins to remember its power, the old energy fights to keep control. But chaos is not a curse. It's the clearing. The universe shakes everything unstable, so only truth remains. The chosen one's life often falls apart right before it falls into place. You lose what was fake so you can stand in what's real. Every ending that broke your heart was secretly a beginning that saved your soul. So if your world feels like it's burning, remember, fire doesn't destroy gold, it purifies it. Your peace is on the other side of your patience. Sign 5. You carry an ancient kind of wisdom. You've always known things you were never taught. You sense energy before words. You feel truth in your bones long before proof arrives. It's as if you remember something from a life before this one, a wisdom too deep for your age, too clear for your circumstances. People come to you for advice you didn't even know you had. Sometimes you speak and surprise yourself, wondering, where did that come from? That's your higher self speaking through you. It's not arrogance, it's remembering. Chosen ones are born with intuition as their compass. While others depend on data, you depend on alignment. You read the unseen. You know when something is off, when someone is pretending, when destiny is whispering. Your wisdom isolates you, but it also elevates you. Because when the time comes to lead, you'll lead from understanding, not authority. If you felt these signs stirring inside you, stay with me. Because the second half will reveal what happens when the chosen one begins to accept who they truly are. Sign 6. You've been misunderstood, often. No matter how pure your intentions, people have questioned them. You've been judged for being too intense, too distant, or too mysterious. You've been accused of changing too fast, thinking too deeply, feeling too much. But that's what happens when you operate on a higher frequency. Those who haven't awakened yet can't interpret your signal. They only see the surface, the withdrawn silence, the unpredictable energy. They don't realize that beneath it, you're observing, absorbing, transforming. Chosen ones are translators between worlds, between what is and what could be, and translators are often lonely. But here's the truth. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. You were meant to be remembered by the few who recognize your light. When they arrive, they won't question your silence. They'll speak it fluently. Sign 7. You experience spiritual awakenings over and over again. Most people awaken once and call it done. You've died and been reborn many times, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Each phase strips away another illusion. Every time you think you've reached the end, life pulls another layer from your soul. Your spiritual journey isn't a straight line, it's a spiral. You keep returning to the same lessons, but each time you see them from a higher level. It's exhausting, yes, but awakening is not about escaping pain. It's about expanding through it. You learn to hold peace even when your world shakes. You learn to find purpose even when nothing makes sense. And you begin to see that the real transformation isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been. Chosen ones evolve publicly and privately. You shed skins, leave versions of yourself behind. And though the process hurts, it's sacred. Because rebirth is how light keeps itself alive. Sign 8. You attract people who need healing. You've noticed it, how broken souls seem to find you. Friends, lovers, even strangers. They pour out their pain to you like they've known you for lifetimes. And you listen. You hold space, you absorb. But sometimes that empathy becomes heavy. You carry burdens that aren't yours to carry. This is the paradox of the chosen one. You are both the healer and the one still healing. You attract wounded souls because your energy feels like home. They sense safety in you, even if they can't explain why. But remember, your mission is to guide, not to rescue. You can show them the path, but they must walk it themselves. Your job is to stay whole so your light doesn't burn out. Boundaries are not selfish. They are sacred protection for your purpose. Sign 9. You see the truth behind illusions. You can't unsee what you've seen. The world tries to distract you with trends, status, fear, and noise. But you see the strings behind the curtain. You notice patterns. How manipulation hides in media. How fear controls society. How people wear masks to survive. It's not paranoia, it's perception. While others argue about the surface, you question the source. You realize that most of life's cages are invisible, built not of metal, but of beliefs. And once you see that, you can't go back. This clarity can be isolating. You watch people fight for illusions, defend their chains, laugh at truth. But don't let that discourage you. Your vision is not madness, it's medicine. You were chosen to see clearly in a world that rewards blindness, because truth, no matter how heavy, is freedom. Sign 10. You feel a higher purpose guiding your steps. Even when everything falls apart, something in you whispers, keep going. You've faced losses, delays, and detours, yet somehow you always find yourself back on the right road. That's not luck, that's alignment. Chosen ones move differently because their path is written differently. When doors close, it's protection. When people leave, it's redirection. When life delays you, it's because the timing isn't divine yet. You may not see the full map, but you trust the pull. Because deep down, you know, your life isn't random. You were planted here with intention. Every scar, every failure, every lonely night was the soil preparing you to bloom in your own season. Purpose doesn't scream, it whispers. And if you listen, you'll realize it's been speaking to you all along. Now you understand. Being chosen doesn't mean being special. It means being responsible. It means carrying awareness in a world asleep. It means breaking cycles, healing lineages, and walking paths. Most are too afraid to take. Your life will not be easy, but it will be meaningful. The chosen one's road is narrow, but every step echoes in eternity. You may never get applause for your battles, but heaven keeps the receipts. So, if you've recognized yourself in these words, the pain, the loneliness, the awakening, the clarity, don't doubt it anymore. You're not cursed, you're being called. And one day when you look back, you'll realize everything that broke you was secretly building you. The world doesn't need more followers, it needs more awakeners, more souls who remember who they are and light the way for others. So keep walking, keep rising, keep glowing through the darkness, because your time has come, your healing has begun, and your purpose is just unfolding.